A look there inside of MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It's Graham Gano to get this one started. Off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Throwing on second down, Love. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by the first-round pick in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
And Dart was the second quarterback taken in this year's draft, only behind Cam Ward out of Miami. And you look back to his time with Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, he put those. And you got to think, he's the youngest quarterback of the entire 25 draft. Pro-style offense, can he play the style in which they want to play in New York? From a physical standpoint, from an athletic standpoint, might be prototypical modern-day NFL quarterback. And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
From the gun, Winston. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll go with the sneak, and he will have a Giants first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
Mike, I think the way we've seen the NFL going these past couple years is I think all these quarterbacks, they love when the call comes in for the sideline for quarterback sneak. Hey, coach, put the game on my shoulders. With this offensive line, I'm going to pick up this first down, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. We'll go play action. It's Winston. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
17 yards. And the Giants first down.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. The second quarter. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
After allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Second down throw for Jameis. This one into the hands of Beckham. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Out of the gun, it's Winston. He'll go back to Odell. They connect again. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Giants.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
On 2nd down, Winston. They look middle here and get it to Neighbors. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Winston looking to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here's 2nd and 6. Winston. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, New York. Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
He'll go underneath. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but this is going to go down as a...
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
That one caught. That's Matthew Golden. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And the Packer first down.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Packers going to use their final timeout now, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. On now is Lucas Haversick for the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Haversick's kick is good. And the Packers are on the board just before halftime.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first and 10, here's Winston. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. wide on the RPO. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Winston. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew it.
Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
That is into the hands of Wicks. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
14 yards. And the Packers.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Jacob will get it to start the 4th quarter. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Loss of a yard.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
At the 50-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants' 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Love. Get this over the middle to Golden. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's Love. Headed left, buying time. Love gonna get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a first down.
17 yards. That's another Packers first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Packers.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
2nd and 6 coming up. To throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Taken down.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
The crowd at MetLife on their feet for 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
And the Packers first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And this one blown up. Good search. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Love. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just...
And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Winston to throw. That's complete. He's got OBJ. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
At the 42-yard line.
Now, 2nd and 4. Second down throw for Jameis. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's out of bounds with the 1st down. So they get a new set of downs. Just as importantly, stop the clock.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Winston. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. Now, timeout called. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here. Well, this might be one final heave to the end zone.
1-yard line.
So now, Graham Gano, the veteran, in another pressure spot. This to force overtime. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
58-yard attempt.
He banged this one, and he's got it. Gets it from long distance. And the Giants will level the score. We get back underway here in overtime. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Winston. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Devontae Wyatt. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
And this quarterback just continues to take a beating throughout the entire game. They have to find a way to keep him upright. Otherwise, I'm not sure if he's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Now a 1st throw here in overtime. Now a screen set up for Tracy. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
In motion, it's Robinson. Off the play fake, it's Jameis. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. An injured player on the field, and that is Micah Parsons, who needs some medical attention. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. It is 3rd and long. Winston. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Packers. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
50-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Packers going to use their final timeout now. Talk things over before 3rd down. Love to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Packers, 1st down.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete for the receiver. Really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
A throw on the move is caught. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
In motion, it's Golden. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Here's Love. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll run with Jacobs. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
So now, a big spot coming here. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. Final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.